Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine. Dial us up on the web, ntnm.org. Over 25,000 shows have been watched on the web. Community policing, we urge you to be there in person. Forget the blogs, forget the message boards. The cops don't read them. Don't go. I mean, you want to enjoy there? You know, I guess there's worse places you could go on the web. But you really ought to be talking to if you really want the police to know what's going on within your neighborhood, go directly to your CAPS meeting, which you can find at caps24.org, run by Sonny Hersh, chairman of the District Advisory Committee, and my entire technical crew. It is a pleasure and privilege to introduce you to two guests representing the JETEAM. We're talking about Rabbi Zev Kahn and Rabbi Shalom Garfinkel. How are you?
Nice to see you again, Avi.
Good to see you.
Pleasure to meet you and all the rest. So tell us, what is JET?
Well, JET stands for Jewish Education Team. Yeah. And basically what we do is in our name. We do Jewish education on college campuses all around Illinois. And we're very excited because it's not just Zev Kahn anymore. We have a new member of our team, Rabbi Shalom and Suri Garfinkel.
Very nice. And Rabbi Garfinkel, would you like to tell us something about yourself?
Well, we were in Israel for many years and decided that we liked the climate, so we moved to L.A. There was the rabbi at UCLA for 3 years.
Oh, very nice.
And then, look, hot weather is overrated. So we moved to Chicago, had a chance to join one of my buddies and mentors, Rabbi Kahn, here, and came 6 months ago. Love it, and we're hitting all the campuses. We love being here.
That's terrific. So you visit every single campus in the area, or because there's so many?
Almost everyone. In fact, in our Israel trips, London trip, I'm sure Rabbi Kahn will talk about, but we had 8 campuses in Illinois represented, and now we're on even more. So have to allot different amounts of time, different campuses, but there are just so many Jewish students out there with not really much access to any Jewish education.
Now, what do you do? I mean, you offer classes, you give talks, discussions, lectures. I mean, what do you do on campus?
Well, last time I was on the show, I told you about our program called Maimonides. It's a leadership program, 10 weeks. Students come for 2.5 hours a week. Come to classes. It's an interesting idea of encouraging Jewish education. Since then, we've expanded, and we now have programs on 4 different campuses, including a new program which Rabbi Garfinkel will tell you about, and a very, very innovative program called Hersh Cafe, hershcafe.com, where people can learn online, and we also go to these campuses and give 2 live classes. So, for example, last week we were down in Champaign, Illinois, University of Illinois, where there are 3,500 Jewish students, and the week before that I was in Northern Illinois, and we got a program going there too. So
very nice.
So campuses that we can't be there all the time, Hersh Cafe allows students to stay involved in Jewish learning. And when we come a couple times, you have students already involved, and they're happy to have the social component also.
Is that connected with Aish Torah?
Yeah, it's originally they're excellent.
Yeah, they are, as a matter of fact. But well, way back when, a million years ago, when it was first starting out, I actually interviewed the Rosh Hashiva for a Jewish paper, and it's. Yeah, there used to be a custom. When we used to come to Chicago, I used to do all those posters and flyers for them, so I'm familiar with them. There was revolutionary classes at the time.
Yeah. So, they're still revolutionary. They're doing great stuff.
Yeah, yeah. He started Or Sameach before Aish Torah too, so he's not exactly a slouch, and that's an understatement. I mean, he's an amazing individual. But anyway, let's talk about what you guys are doing. So you can give the talks, the lectures, the programs, and all the rest of it, supplemented over the web, which is terrific.
Right. In addition, look, there are many students that just, even Jewish education, incentives, cool kids coming, it's still not enough. So when we came to Chicago, we really wanted to make a splash. So what we decided to do was, hey, let's go to London. Let's go to Jewish London. Let's go to non-Jewish London. We basically had a winter break trip for 30 of the top students in all over Illinois for 2 weeks to go to London. So through that, we met a ton of students. We really picked the best of the best, and they had 2 classes in the morning, learning about Jewish stuff. They stayed with Jewish families in London. They couldn't believe that the Jewish community was so amazing and so friendly, open, and welcoming. And from them, they've just brought all their friends since. So it was a great time, and it showed that we're trying to think out of the box. That we love taking students to Israel, and many of the London students will go to Israel this summer. But there's certain students that just you won't be able to access unless you really are out there with new ideas.
Yeah, London, it's definitely a historic Jewish community. There's no question about it. Not to mention, how far is Gateshead from London?
It's a bit of a drive.
Okay.
We did not
so
go.
It's not in the
we
same.
didn't go.
I was just curious. I was
But
just
we did
wondering.
visit. We visited the oldest synagogue in
London.
in England.
Yeah.
Bevis Mark
Right
Synagogue.
downtown. And yes, you know.
And how old is it, by the way?
It is
good question.
it's almost 350 years old.
Wow.
Great tour. You should. If you're ever in London, you should go visit.
Moses Montefiore. They
Well,
still have the
I
seat
had a brief stopover on the way to Israel. That's about. So I got to see Heathrow Airport. That's about
It's a
it.
great Jewish city, and they had a lot of kids had a lot of fun. Here's our magazine. The next
Wait,
issue.
You want people to see it?
The next issue of Chicago Jewish Spirit, which is our quarterly magazine.
Right, and that's a free paper.
That's a free paper. If people want it, we'll send them a free subscription.
Yeah.
This is the cover picture. It's the students outside Tower of London. And you can read all about the students' reactions and what they did and see pictures of the trip.
Very cool. Very cool. You also have a very interesting event coming up.
Very interesting event.
I mean, definitely not the kind of thing Jewish organizations usually get involved in. Maybe APEC, but not religious institutions. Go ahead.
You know,
Point
this
toward
is
the
it.
camera.
This is it. You know, we had Jeff Jacoby and David Lucan's debate 4 years ago.
Well, who are they?
So Jeff Jacoby, a very interesting writer. He's an op-ed columnist for the Boston Globe.
So an op-ed columnist for the Boston Globe
And he's going to be representing the Republican position. Debating him is going to be Dr. David Lukens. He's professor of history at Touro in New York. And he also used to be an aide to Senator Moynihan for a number of years. So they are great speakers and intelligent and humorous. So they're going to be debating who's the best candidate for the Jews to vote for in November. So it's going to be quite an interesting debate. And we are going to be at the North Shore Center for Performing Arts.
Sure, Center for the Performing Arts, okay.
That's Tuesday, April the 8th. So that's in a couple of weeks. And
well, be careful a couple of weeks because you don't know exactly when this is going to be on the air. So.
Tuesday, April 8th, 7:30 p.m. And we're hoping for a big crowd because I think this is, I'm sure you know, probably one of the most exciting election years in recent history.
Oh, as an effort, I think it'll be exciting. I think they'll be definitely the closest thing to war you've seen here for years.
And we've got the moderator is our very own Regine Schlesinger.
Yeah, she's a
WBBM.
news lady on WBBM, right? And yeah, religious girl, and her parents were part of Schindler's List, among other things. Yeah, I was in the same class as her at the academy. She's a very, very accomplished individual.
I think it's going to be a very exciting event. We've got the buzzers already going out. And, you know, you might be asking, what's an organization that does Jewish education on campuses doing a political debate? And the answer really is that we want to give the message over that just like people need to be educated how they're going to vote in November, we want to give the message that Jews should be educated as well in the choices that they make about their life. So that's the message we're going to be sharing on the evening.
Very good. Very good. So, yeah, you'll combine the politics, and politics is certainly a hot topic on campuses, and you've got a lot of young people always involved in the election process.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. So that's April 12th. No, April 8th.
Tuesday, April 8th. And let me tell you one more thing.
And wait, 7:30
at the North Shore Center for Performing Arts.
Cool. Okay.
And as a gift that we're going to give to everyone who comes to the event, a brand new book which has just come out called 60 Days.
Right, and this is free.
This is free. This is going to be given to everyone that comes to the event.
Yeah.
60 Days for 60 Years, Israel, a commemoration and celebration. 60 essays about Israel. And everyone's going to get a card with a list of 60 different, unfortunately, terrorist attacks and wars that took place in Israel's history over the last 60 years. And
unfortunately, there's a lot more than 60.
That's correct. And that you're going to be learning in memory of those people who lost their lives each day. And we're dedicating the learning in memory of the 8 students that were killed recently in the Yeshiva in Merkaz Harav.
That was very unfortunate.
It was a terrible, terrible, terrible thing.
I remember hearing on the radio in Gaza the Arabs were celebrating in the streets like it was the 4th of July with fireworks. It was disgusting and barbaric.
Well, you know, our response is these beautiful Jewish students who lost their lives while they were learning Torah in the learning center. We want to put some of that Torah learning back, and this is our response. Our response is we're going to bring back some holiness back into the world. That's
a good response. It's always a good response to definitely. Other programs? I know it's a lot, so I don't want to stretch you guys. It's not like you don't have a lot going. You do have a lot going. So basically, you've got the Great Debate coming up, the 60 Days and all that. Jewish Spirit magazine's coming up. And of course, there's continuing classes at which campuses in the Chicago area? Because basically, this show on YouTube we're seen everywhere. I mean, somebody in India can watch the show in theory. And but you know, over here we're talking about what's on regular broadcast TV is the city of Chicago, the northern suburbs, the northwest suburbs. So, how many locations do you have within Rabbi Garfinkel?
You can check the odometer of my car. You'll see
okay.
speedometer. It is. We are on DePaul, Loyola, UIC, and University of Chicago. That's just within Chicago proper. Okay. In addition to that, we have students from City College. You know how college students work. You know, they bring Rabbi. I can bring my friend. You know, yeah, Rabbi. What's a Rabbi? Of course, bring your friends. Yeah. So. At each campus, we do one of our programs. In addition to the students who can't make those times, we learn individually. Now, the real secret, which I have not revealed of Jet's success, is my wife does a challah baking. Right? Okay, you always get the Jews with the food, right? You get anyone, students especially. So she goes to different campuses, and usually we work with Hillel, which is a very nice partnership that we have. Yeah. And we do challah bakings. So, you know, what's challah? But somehow the aroma, the mystique of challah draws a lot of students. And we have a great old time doing that. And then we learn with students individually. And obviously the goal is also, like, the summer's coming up. We love sending students on trips. And that could be students really from anywhere. You know, I joke with my wife, you know, I went to rabbinic school, became a rabbi, but really I'm a travel agent. Travel agent and a party planner. You know, you're like, come to this thing. But really we love sending students all over the world. And we feel that, you know, when they go on a trip, it's a time where they can really dedicate to having a blast, having a wonderful time, and learning about being Jewish with cool Jewish kids. So that's what it's all about.
Sounds really nice. And if people would like to contact Jet?
Well, they can go to our website, first of all. That is www.jeteam.com. That's JETEAM.
So just one T. The end of Jet and the beginning of team is a single
right.
T.
It's Jewish Education Team. So JETEAM.com. Or they can call us at 773-465-5378. Or they can email us as well. There's lots of ways for them to get a hold of us. info@jeteam.com if they want to email us.
info@jeteam.com. I want to thank you very much. Rabbi Zev Kahn, Rabbi Shalom Garfinkel, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much.
We wish you success in your endeavors.
A nice welcome to Chicago.
And my pleasure. And hey, take advantage of these wonderful free classes. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Thanks, Sonny Hersh. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.